What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about a story that broke yesterday out of Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out Jacksonville. And it's involving this guy right here. This guy's name is John Burgos, and he's a dummy. This guy right here was with the Jacksonville Police Department as of yesterday until he was stripped of all his policing duties and arrested very quickly. They did all of this stuff. They separated themselves from him. Now, I'm not going to tell you what this guy did, but when you see it or hear it, it's going to leave you scratching your head. Take a look at this and we'll come back and talk about it.
We're now getting a first-time look at the JSO officer now facing battery and false imprisonment charges and an investigation by Internal Affairs. This is the mugshot for Jacksonville police officer John Burgos. He was arrested this morning. Investigators said that yesterday he prevented a crime victim from leaving and touched her without consent. Burgos went before a judge this afternoon. He has been stripped of all police authority. He's expected to be fired. News4JAX anchor Ashley Harding joining us in the studio, taking a closer look at this officer's background.
Yeah, Kent, we obtained Burgos' arrest report, and while quite a bit of it is redacted, it does show that he was wearing his body camera when he first interacted with the victim. But it says when he returned, he had taken his body camera off. Now, the report goes on to say Burgos told the victim, "You're a beautiful girl." We've also learned she was able to record part of their interaction with her cell phone. Officer John Burgos is used to being on the side of law enforcement, but this afternoon he found himself in front of a judge.
Burgos is charged with...
During his first appearance, the judge shared Burgos' bond conditions, ordering him to stay away from the victim and wear GPS monitoring.
GPS for count 2.
This stemming from his arrest this morning. The details provided by JSO are disturbing, to say the least. The director says this started when Burgos met with a crime victim who had called for help. At a later time, the director says Burgos went back to the scene of the crime.
Purporting to be conducting an additional investigation. While alone with the victim and under the color of authority, Burgos did not allow the victim to leave the area, and he touched the victim without valid consent.
After Burgos left, she called for help and then reported him to police. What goes through your mind when you hear this?
It's infuriating for the whole profession of law enforcement, but it's also, I've got a soft spot for victims. The police department is not a dating site.
News4JAX crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney was with JSO for more than 3 decades and served as a supervisor for many of those years. I showed him the list outlining Burgos' background within the department. He has 3 separate vehicle crashes on his record, 2 of them reported in 2020. He had a couple of other complaints, but what stood out to us were allegations of violation of weapons policy, failure to conform to work standards, and incompetence. The report says the action taken was a level 2 written reprimand. Today, the director confirmed Burgos had been under the microscope.
He never did anything to get terminated, but he was certainly working towards that and being monitored by his supervisors. So.
Having terminated officers before, Hackney talked about some of the challenges with this. What does it take to cut the bad apples?
There's union protection. The officers that are members of the union, so there are things that between contractual obligations between the FOP union and the sheriff's office / city of Jacksonville about some of the job protections that they have are good things, absolutely good things. However, sometimes they can be stumbling blocks towards removing that bad apple.
And Director Key said during today's news conference, if something doesn't seem right, call JSO. They will confirm what should be happening to avoid similar situations. You can call 911 or JSO's non-emergency number, 904-630-0500.
See that? For this dude to be as old as he is, I'm guessing this guy's in his late 20s, early 30s, or maybe even older than that. You would think you know better as a cop. As a police officer, you know the laws and what constitutes somebody getting locked up and somebody not getting locked up, but you do something that gets you locked up and you know it's morally wrong. Went over there, stopped somebody from getting a domestic battery charge stopped her from getting beat up, was in awe. He was smitten by her appearance. What does he do? Calls her a pretty girl on the body camera, which is unprofessional, ain't got nothing to do with anything. All of a sudden, he goes back home or leaves the job, thinks about it, comes back through later on, shows up. He arrested for battery and false imprisonment, wouldn't let the chick leave, start pestering her. I like you, I like you, I like you, what's up? Crazy. They can't even fire this dude right now. All of that stuff he did is actions unworthy of being a police officer. He can't even get fired because it's unionized. Did you see those charges he had? He crashed 3 police cars. 2 of them in the same year. Incompetence, meaning he can't follow orders. He's a dumbass. And there are a lot of other policemen out here that got crazy job records that are out here put in positions where they telling you and I that we did something wrong and we need to obey the law when they can't even do it in fucking uniform. They quickly stripped them of everything. Yeah, take all that shit off. Yeah, you're done, because what you did was foul. This happened yesterday, and here it is this morning, them talking about it, and they didn't totally start stripping him clean. We don't want no parts of that. I don't know what it is with the infatuation. I mean, trust me, I know how it is to see a drop-dead gorgeous woman and seem like you lose your mind, but still there's a certain amount of tact that you have to hold up on yourself where you know not to overstep bounds or stare at somebody. I mean, beauty's all around us. I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I don't know what happened. You come across people because you deal with citizens and all this stuff as an officer. You got to have some type of level of respect. If she was feeling you, it would have jumped off when you was in uniform. You ain't had to go back over there. Hey, remember me? What's up? I like you. I said you were pretty. Like, stupid, man. How dumb can you be? I'm asking you out there. I mean, this don't even sound right. For him to be that age, she must have been a hell of a good-looking girl for him to risk everything to go back over there and make his presence known to her and his intentions of, hey, I want to be with you. She must have been something else. I'm trying to figure it out. But I mean, people do stuff when they're younger and I don't know. There's certain ways you can come and approach somebody. You know, and it's you could have left her your number. If she decided to call you, she'd call you. But I mean, if it's a domestic situation, you did your job, leave out. The rest is up to her if she want to pursue you or not, which I don't think she would, because a lot of people, hell, she going through something. She ain't worrying about you. She just trying to get about the situation and glad y'all got there in time. And here you come trying to get your hook on. Make it make sense. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Oh, one more thing too. Now that he's locked up, I don't think he's going to get prison time for this. But now that he's locked up, I wonder if he'll be able to be an officer somewhere else because of the charges that he has. I wonder if he'll get recertified somewhere else, or, you know, be in any type of law enforcement where he could lock somebody up for doing the same stuff that he's charged with doing. I know it's a shortage of police officers out there, but it seems like a lot of the bad cops get fired from one job and pick up another one in another place. All they got to do is move. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.